Damon, thanks for stopping by as always, and congratulations on the win. What impressed you the most about the way your team played here today?
Well, I think that for me, the program we're trying to take the program and do different things, and you get to a certain point. I was actually more disappointed in the game, than anything. I thought we played well in the first half. I thought we did a great job. I thought we did a great job for the first 10 minutes of the second half, and then after that, I felt like we just we reverted back to the Coppin State game or where we can't we're not guarding, we're not doing the things that we need to do. I thought that we did do a great job. I felt like in the zone. I know that in the past we've always had trouble and struggled, but did a great job of passing the ball. We had 17 assists as a team, but um, I was just a little disappointed that, and don't get me wrong, it's hard to. I always say this too. It's hard to play against teams when they get down double figures because they can start shooting it, and
Yep.
you guys start getting warm and that
They
nature.
made some
But
tough shots too.
yeah, yeah. But we got to be able to finish better. We got to be able to not turn the ball over. We got to be able to make free throws. That's a recipe for disaster as we move forward.
I want you to talk a little bit about Pierre. We were going to have him here courtside. I guess he was a little bit under the weather, so Gary came out instead. But I mean, some great stuff in the first half, especially.
Yeah.
Had 6 assists in the first half, 8 for the game, had 12 points, had that floater off the glass working.
Yeah.
You also had an interesting conversation with him over here that I heard on the crowd mic, and it was down here when he was running something and went a little bit too fast, and you called him over. You said, hey, next level, you take a look and see what you have, and if you don't have it, just pull it back out. Can you talk about his game as a whole today?
The first half Pierre was really good. He set a tone. I thought the game was a little stagnant for us, and he came in and he did a great job of penetrating. He was hitting his little runners and his floaters, and that's what I've seen from him. As long as I've known him, I thought he really did a good job, and he was the catalyst. For a lot of that first half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he the type of point guard that you envision can open up your offense a little bit? Because it seems like he can do a lot of things for you.
Yeah, he can. I think that, I really like him and Justin because they're different. One plays one way and one plays the other. And, I think as Pierre gets even more seasoned, I think he'll be even better.
I thought a good play the second half was we finally got a fast break, and you kind of advanced it to um, Noel, and he went to the baseline. A lot of guys would have took that shot,
Yeah.
underneath the basket.
Yeah.
He came out and passed it,
Yep.
and all of a sudden they moved it. They hit trip inside and
Yep.
kicked it back
They got
out
it.
to him. And there's
Yeah.
the three.
Yeah.
Just when the movement and taking the good shots, just helps a lot. And I see that coming a lot more in the offense, and
Yeah.
especially against the zone. I mean,
Right.
Jim Herrick stopped by. He's well, that's the first time we played zone. I go, I could tell because you couldn't guard the high low. I mean, if you can't guard a high low, you can't play zone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but you guys
Yeah.
did a great job on that.
Yeah. No, I agree. I thought that. What people don't understand most of the time, and I learned this when I got in college because I would ask our coaches all the time, and when you start playing against zones, it shrinks the playbook. So there's only so much you can do where you got to start knocking down shots. You know what I mean? And for us today especially, I thought we did a great job of getting the ball in the middle, and we found that high low, and then we were finding skips and. Gary, he came in, and it's always funny with Gary. He comes in, and I thought that he did a good job. Obviously not only making shots, but he hit big shots. They really meant a lot at that time. So.
Sometimes against the zone, especially with Tripp, he gets him in the middle. I mean, he can put the ball on the floor.
Yeah.
He can overpower a guy.
Yeah.
He can make a pass. You can go inside out. And
Yeah.
You get the ball in the short corner, and you can skip passes out. And there's threes. You took the right amount of threes. You took pretty good threes most of the time tonight.
Yeah.
It's like I told Gary, I said, one time Coach Edwards took me out when I got my second foul. That was the last time I ever had my second foul. I'd never foul again to come out of a game. I said, no way. Gianelli would have to block the shot or something on me.
Yeah, no, CSUN, they make you feel funny because their guards are really good. They they really put the ball on the floor and pressure, put a lot of pressure on you. And you know, from a record standpoint, and they're missing arguably their best player, but from a record standpoint, you know, you say to yourself, they were 2-9, but that's really not who they are when they can catch fire.
Yeah. How nice is it for you to have the depth that you have that you haven't had the last 3 years?
I think that is big. You know, we can dig a little deeper. You know, when you're trying to find combinations of guys, you know, you can find them. For the most part, you can find them. But you know, it's great to have that kind of depth. And you know, even tonight, you know, in that first half, especially, even in some of the seconds, you know, you can even play your point guards together when you need some more ball handling, things of that nature.
Real quick before we let you go, looking ahead now to UNLV, obviously a much different team than the one we saw last year. But what are your thoughts going into Vegas?
Well, I watched them play a couple times on TV. You know, they play really hard. I think their record's deceiving. You know, I think that they're a team that'll get better as the year keeps progressing. And you know, we got our work cut out for us. You know, we got to come in and we got to play with some toughness. That's the first thing. You got to match their energy. A lot of times, even when I played, the first thing I do is I look at the layoff. They've had 11 days off. And I think the last time they played, I think they lost by like 30. Or, you know, they got beat really bad. So I can only imagine what it's been like. So they probably looking to get up on some new meat. And I think that, you know, I think that they'll be waiting. I told the guys in there, I said, you can't go down to UNLV and have, you know, out of those 18 turnovers, we probably had 13 unforced. You know, you had 13 unforced turnovers. You can't put guys at the free throw line like we did in the second half in the penalty, 12 minutes to go in the half, things of that nature.
Coach,
hey, they're going to be tight too because they lost by 30 and they've had 11 days off. So
Yeah.
you go out and execute and make baskets, they're going to get tighter and tighter and tighter.
Oh yeah. Looking forward to it though.
Coach, thank you for stopping by. Congratulations on another win.
All right.